Let's just jump right into it. Welcome to this explainer. Today we're unpacking a massive, high-stakes business lesson on strategy, success, and the fundamental elements that actually build empires. We're going to deconstruct the anatomy of business advantage using some rock-solid research and real-world market applications. So, if you're looking to understand how elite founders build their moats, you are absolutely in the right place. Let's get started.
So let me pose a classic business dilemma right to you. What's more important, money, knowledge, or network? I mean, it's a debate you hear in boardrooms, business schools, late-night startup sessions, you name it. Is cash really the ultimate king? Is specialized knowledge your true moat, or is it literally all about who you know? Well, the truth is, most people get this entirely wrong by trying to just pick one. Because the answer isn't just picking a single pillar. It's actually about mastering what we call the lethal elegance of executive judgment. Think about it. Having money, knowledge, or a massive network means basically nothing if you don't have the cognitive judgment to wield all three effectively. So today, we're going to dismantle this dilemma, pillar by pillar, to show you exactly how they all intersect.
All right, Section 1, Knowledge, or as I like to call it, Seeing the Unseen.
Okay, let's dive into this. Research from the International Journal for Multidisciplinary Research suggests that opportunity recognition begins with the cognitive approach. Now, this isn't just book smarts, right? It's about how entrepreneurs use perception, intuition, and pattern recognition to identify hidden market gaps. Because look, before you can deploy capital or, leverage your contacts, you absolutely must possess the ability to see the opportunities that literally everyone else is walking right past. Expert entrepreneurs? They're uniquely capable of drawing connections between seemingly completely disparate pieces of information.
And this framework proves that knowledge isn't just some static collection of facts. It's an experiential intuition. It's the ability to tap into your gut feelings and spot emerging trends way before the competition even knows what's happening. The research actually shows that this cognitive lens is exactly what allows a founder to look at the exact same market as everyone else, but see a completely different landscape. It's like seeing the Matrix.
Let's anchor this in some concrete reality. Take this data from Buffer on trending Instagram sounds for August 2026. A sharp marketer using that cognitive approach we just talked about, they see patterns here. Taylor Swift's August predictably spikes for Life Lately content. Because let's face it, no August is complete without it. But look a little deeper. Tame Impala's Loser and Steve Lacy's Oh Yeah, those are trending specifically because of a massive cultural moment surrounding a new Spider-Man movie. And Shakira's She-Wolf? That's being repurposed for a My Biggest Flex trend, proving our hips still don't lie, even in B2B marketing.
The contrast here is super striking. You're taking an abstract cognitive theory, and you're applying it to the very concrete reality of a Spider-Man fan edit trend. And recognizing that trend isn't just social media fluff, it's a calculated cognitive asset. It's pattern recognition used to completely hack reach and engagement to get a brand right onto the Instagram Explore page. That, my friends, is knowledge in action. It spots the gap.
Moving on to Section 2, Resources and the Power to Act. Let's see how this builds. Because while knowledge might spot the opportunity, it's resources, specifically money and capital, that provide the kinetic energy you need to actually do something about it. The academic framework for this is called the resource-based view, or RBV. Basically, this is about the strategic deployment of valuable, rare, and inimitable resources to create a competitive advantage. It really emphasizes that a business's unique bundle of capabilities is exactly what scales a raw opportunity into total market dominance. But here is a hard-hitting executive truth for you. Capital is completely useless without execution. Seriously, having a massive bank account alone doesn't build empires. What actually matters is the strategic configuration of that money into tools and resources that give you an edge. It's about buying capabilities that your competitors just cannot easily substitute or imitate. Let's look at a really modern application of this. Step 1, you use your knowledge to recognize a massive market need for continuous, personalized video content. Step 2, you deploy your capital for the right technology. Step 3, you execute, using a platform like Lip Synthesis to generate AI lip-synced avatars. By doing this, you are systematically scaling human effort. You're trading capital for cutting-edge technology to make talking avatar videos look entirely natural.
So the crucial point is how you deploy that resource. Smart entrepreneurs use their money to buy scalable, tireless AI assets that can just absolutely dominate a market. Whether that's generating AI advertorials and UGC ads, creating endless sales enablement videos, spinning up 24/7 AI customer support, or even deploying AI virtual event hosts. This is exactly what the resource-based view looks like in 2026. Money buys the bridge to scale.
Which brings us to Section 3, Networks, or the hidden multiplier.
Think of it this way. If knowledge spots the gap and money builds the bridge, your network is the hidden multiplier. It's the invisible infrastructure that accelerates both your knowledge and your resources. Returning to the research, we find something called network theory. This defines the massive impact of social connections and relationship structures on discovering novel opportunities. Look, entrepreneurs do not operate in a vacuum, right? They operate in webs of information. And these webs can literally make or break a venture because they provide access to resources and diverse perspectives you simply couldn't ever generate on your own.
Now, there's a really crucial nuance here, the difference between strong ties and weak ties. Strong ties, your close friends, your core team, they foster deep trust and collaboration. But weak ties, like an acquaintance you met once at a conference, are actually crucial for injecting entirely new information, novel ideas, and totally external viewpoints into your orbit. You absolutely need both if you want to recognize and execute on opportunities effectively.
I really want this finding from the research to sink in. The structure of an entrepreneur's network plays a significant role in shaping the scope of opportunities. Think about that. Your network's density, its centrality, and its reach literally dictate the ceiling of your potential. A dense network means you see opportunities earlier, and you find the capital to act on them faster. It's a total game changer.
And that leads us to Section 4, the synthesis and executive judgment.
So far, we've looked at knowledge, money, and networks as kind of isolated concepts. Now, let's fuse these three together into a singular, undeniable strategic posture. To understand this synthesis, we look at effectuation theory. Effectuation is basically the concept of co-creating opportunities amidst uncertainty, using the existing means you have right now. Elite entrepreneurs do not wait for perfect conditions. They don't wait until they have the perfect amount of money, total industry knowledge, or the ultimate Rolodex. They use their executive judgment to iteratively experiment and adapt with whatever combination of those three pillars they currently possess.
But watch out, because executive judgment has enemies. The research specifically warns us about inherent cognitive biases that can blind even the most well-resourced, highly networked leaders to reality. First, overconfidence bias leads founders to overestimate their abilities. I mean, we all think we're immune to this one, but trust me, we aren't. Then, confirmation bias causes them to only seek out information that validates what they already believe. And finally, anchoring bias limits their vision by fixating their judgment on just the initial information they receive. Managing these biases, that is the true test of an entrepreneur's judgment.
So to perfectly summarize the dynamic between our three pillars, knowledge spots the gap in the market, money builds the bridge to cross it, and networks open the gate on the other side. They are distinct yet deeply fundamentally interconnected. You simply cannot dominate an industry without eventually leveraging all three.
However, ultimate success demands the cognitive judgment to deploy them all wisely. Remember this: resources, capital, raw data, a massive list of contacts, these are merely raw materials. It is the entrepreneur's judgment, their ability to mitigate bias, apply effectuation, and execute strategically that forges those raw materials into a lethal business weapon. Which leaves us with one final, stark challenge for you to consider as we wrap up this explainer. Take a hard look at your own strategic capabilities, your current resources, and your network. Ask yourself, do you actually have the judgment to see the unseen? Because in the end, it's not just about what you have, it's about how masterfully you orchestrate the whole shebang. Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive, and keep building that judgment.